Hi, so we are team number one, and we're gonna present the bottle that we designed because somebody gave us the task to design an intelligent bottle. So we firstly make an investigation of what people wanted in an intelligent bottle. So in the research, we discovered that people wanted, firstly, we discovered that they really use bottles, so this is a really important consideration and it's worth it. And well, these bottles, most people like it between 750 milliliters and 1 liter, so that's why we decided to have a container with that capacity. And also the favorite material for bottles for the people was stainless steel, and that's also why our bottle is of that material. And
so as well, in the market study we could observe that most people preferred using a handle to take their bottles, but due to reductions in cost to make it not as expensive as some other as the competence, we decided to not include a handle. Also, the cost of this thermos would be around 1,200 pesos. This is because of the costs of production as well as getting the materials and to have a gain in the price. And we consider it's a really good price due to the implementations we have. These implementations are to measure temperature, humidity, and capacity that the thermos have. This means that it will tell you if the bottle is full, empty, half, and things like that, as well as the temperature, because most people use a thermos for both hot drinks as well as cold drinks.
as we can see, our bottle is about 30 ounces, that in milliliters is around 900 milliliters. And as we said, the material is stainless steel, that was the favorite of public. Also, we doesn't have the handle because we wanted to reduce prices, and we use a cap for opening and closing the bottle so people can drink.
So now my mates Mauro and Elias will explain the functionality of this thermos.
Thank you, Pablo and Masaru. So now we're going to talk about how this thermos actually works. It is very important to notice that we used Arduino in order to implement all of our sensors. First, Arduino acts like the brain. We programmed all of our commands using the Arduino application, and then we uploaded it here. Everything is connected using these kinds of cables and going to the protoboard. The protoboard is very helpful because most of our sensors cannot tolerate 5 volts of energy. So we use resistors in order to lower that voltage down and for them not to explode. All of our connections are made with tape in order for them not to disconnect. And
we implement 3 different sensors. The first one is the ultrasonic sensor that is inside the bottle. You can open this, and here is the ultrasonic. It goes, it search inside the bottle to see the capacity that it has. It can search in it will give you in percentage of how empty is the bottle.
And we also have the DHT11 sensor, which is this blue one right here. This one works with electrodes, and it basically sees the difference in electrical resistance to measure temperature and humidity. This one has both capacities, so it can measure temperature in Celsius, and it can also measure humidity as a percentage. And you may be asking yourselves how we can transmit this information to the user.
For the last one is the Bluetooth. It's called HC05. It gets all the information of the 2 different sensors, and they're transferred to an app that is in Android.
So now we're gonna show how it works. Basically, you're in your application right here, and you're gonna have a list of commands: T for temperature, C for capacity, and you're also gonna have H for humidity. If you wanna look temperature, you just type in T, search it up, and it says temperature, it's at 28.5 degrees Celsius. If you wanna look at capacity, you just have to type in C and search it, and it says capacity is at 0%. This because it's completely empty. It doesn't have any water, so right now it's at 0%. And if you want to look at humidity, you just look at H, and it says humidity at 36%. So we basically decided to use Bluetooth because we think people always have their phones. So it's the most convenient way for them to always be able to look up their information of their thermos anywhere they are. So we really think Bluetooth is a game changer, and it's basically the best way for the user to know the information about their thermos.